Hi guys, welcome back to Function Pilates. I'm Vanessa Kelly, and in today's reformer workout, I'm going to specifically gear it towards folks with osteoporosis, but what I'm going to be doing is actually teaching this full body workout in neutral spine. So that's all the natural curves of our spine, so we're going to avoid flexion. The thing with osteoporosis is that fractures tend to happen in their spine, hip, and wrist, so we're going to be very mindful about that. It's still going to be a great workout even if you don't have the condition, but if you do have like neck issues, this is going to be another great workout for you since we are avoiding flexion. Think of a crunch or a sit-up position. We're going to be focusing on extension, so adding extension into the mix here and then adding in some lateral flexion. So not rotation, we're going to avoid that, but so enjoy it with me. I am working on a balanced body piece of equipment, and I will modify with those spring tensions for those that are working on a different model at home. And for those that are new, welcome. I have over 30 apparatus workouts here on the channel, so feel free to check those out. If you are interested in becoming a Pilates instructor and you've been thinking about it, it's time for career change, or you want to enhance your Pilates practice, I am a master trainer and I do have a teacher training program here at Function Pilates. I'd love to talk more about that with you. So go ahead and look at the description box below for more information. If you've been thinking about becoming a business owner or owning your own Pilates studio in your area, Function Pilates is a groundbreaking franchise, and we are registered in over 30 states, so that information is also linked below. I would love to talk more about how you can become a business owner. But for those that want to get started, let's go ahead and begin. Let's go ahead and begin with our footwork springs. I have on 2 reds, a green, and a yellow, which is 3.5 springs or medium to heavy weight. Lie down on your reformer and set your feet on the top of the foot bar, arms down by your side, and we'll prepare for a warm-up. So 1 leg at a time into tabletop. Let's flex and point through the ankles, really holding a strong active tabletop. If you feel like you're overly arching your back, imprint your spine, but we're going for about 10 point and flexes here. Taking your time with it. Shoulders are down and relaxed. Perfect. Now start to slowly imprint your low back in towards the mat and get a sense of what that deep connection feels like as you pull your belly button in towards your spine. So you'll notice that your back will flatten as your knees come in towards your chest, and then slowly it'll start to want to arch as you bring your knees away from your chest. So find a comfortable spot for you when we're always doing tabletop so you can feel this deep connection with your abs. Good, now let's see if we can extend the legs. You'll notice here it's going to be a little challenging as you extend those legs out to 45. So if it feels better for you to go straight up towards the ceiling, then that's where you'll want to direct your toes when we do variations like this. Beautiful. And we're doing about 10 of these each just to warm up the core, warm up that pelvic floor and our deep abdominal muscles. Beautiful. Now think of hinging from your hips here as you alternate the legs. These are leg changes, and again, as we lower those heels down, gravity is pulling our legs, so it does want to challenge our neutral spine here. So again, focus on imprinting and focus on maybe not lowering as low. All right, so for our footwork, heels are on, hip distance apart. Take an exhale to press out and inhale to return. Really stabilize through those ankles as if they were pressing up against a wall, and focus on those ankles tracking nicely with your knees and your hips. Palms are flat, collarbone is nice and wide. Exhale to press out and inhale to slowly return. And about 10 repetitions here. Beautiful. Halfway in, adding small pulses, anywhere from 5 to 10 repetitions. You want to minimize the movement here so you can feel this work right above the knee. Press out, return back in. Let's take it to our toes. Heels are slightly lifted. Exhale to send that carriage out and inhale to return. So the goal here with footwork is that we're really trying to strengthen the knees and the hips and the ankles. Again, with osteoporosis, a lot of things happen in your home as if you were to fall. So we want to focus on balancing here. So we have strong ankles, strong knees, and definitely strong hips. Beautiful. Resisting that carriage to come in. Exhale to press long. Beautiful. Halfway, adding those pulses again, staying strong, grounded through your tailbone. Elongate the back of the neck. And exhale, push. Beautiful. Heels together, toes apart. Allow those knees to be right in line with your shoulders as you activate those inner thighs. So think of squeezing those inner thighs together as they pull in towards our midline and lift up towards the ceiling. Those heels are hugging nicely, and it allows you to get a little bit stronger, a little bit firmer and stable through your hips. And that's exactly what we're going for here. Beautiful. Push out long. Halfway in, add those pulses again. Little movements here, nothing too big and crazy. On your last one, push out long to open the hips and then return back in. Heels are up on the foot bar again. We're in a wide V, so slightly turn the knees out, and they still can be in line with your shoulders. Good. Checking in with yourself. Are those ribs connecting as you exhale? Are the ribs expanding when you inhale? Drawing that belly button in towards the spine to strengthen those deep abdominal muscles, to strengthen through your hips and stabilize. Beautiful. Halfway in, adding those pulses once again. Exhale, push long and return. Shifting it to your toes, let's elevate those heels nice and wide, pushing out. So think of all of your toes staying connected to the foot bar. We want equal weight distribution here. So focus on really pushing out with both your legs and not dominating on one side. Good job. Exhale, press out, and inhale to return. Perfect. Exhale, press, and inhale, return. Good. Little pulses there. Tiny little pulses up and down. Tailbone is heavy. Relax the back of the neck. Out. And then go ahead and come right back in again. Good. Let's move those toes back to the center. Heels are lifted. Going in for 7 calf raises. So lowering, lift the heels here. Dropping those heels all the way under. Lift the heels all the way up. Let's do 4 and 3, 2, and 1 more here. Good. Bend the knees. Let's return back in. We're going to push out again and drop those heels under for 6 and 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Heels lift. Let's soften the knees. Return. Exhale to push out, dropping those heels down for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Soften the knees. We're going to push out, and we have 4 and 3, 2, and 1. Good. Bring it back in. We're almost there, guys. Hang in there. I know this is feeling a little bit more intensified through those calves, but we are strengthening those ankles. Good. Bend it back in. Push it on out. Only a couple more here. And on this next one, stay out for me, and we're just going to go ahead and stretch it out nice and slow. Taking your time to push those heels underneath the foot bar. Opening up the back of the calf. And then when you're ready, take a nice slow motion running here. So just alternating through those legs and articulating through the ankle. Beautiful. Take it as fast or as slow that it works well for you, and then return back home again. Perfect. So we'll sit ourselves up, make some adjustments with our springs. I'm going to go to 1 red and 1 blue, which is 1.5 springs. It's not an easy weight, but it's more of a medium to slightly challenging weight if you're working on a different machine. We're going to focus on our arms here and also get our abs involved. So find tension in your handles or your straps, tabletop those legs, and without the carriage moving, bend your elbows wide and then push straight up again. So we're going to really isolate the work here through the shoulder. And because you're holding that tabletop position, you should feel those abs working just as hard. Beautiful. About 10 repetitions here. And we're going to go through a little series, so take your time, and if you need breaks, take breaks and then jump right back in and bring those legs to tabletop. Good. Now press those arms down straight, float them back up again. Exhale, let them hover over the mat. Inhale to bring them back up. Again, if you feel like you're overly arching your back, drive those knees in a little closer towards your chest and lift those heels up. Beautiful. Exhale to press those arms down. Inhale it up. Good. Almost there. And then making small dinner plate circles here beside you, 5 in each direction. Again, make this movement come from your shoulder socket. So your arms are long levers and it's rounding away from the shoulder socket. Bend into your tricep presses. So you're softening from the elbow, hovering the elbows over the mat, and working through the back of the arm. Now, it's very important to maintain a neutral wrist here, so make sure you're not breaking the wrist. Beautiful. Exhale to straighten, inhale to bend. Open arms out to a T. Exhale to pull in towards the body. So make this effort come from below your armpit into our lats. So as you take that exhalation, really activate that muscle group underneath your armpit. So it's not just your arms doing the work, it's really your back muscles doing the work. Hopefully that makes sense to you. Beautiful work here. Exhale to pull in towards those hips. Inhale to open. Float those palms down and then bend your elbows. And as you straighten your arms, think about pressing or placing your hands into your jean pockets here. Focus on still either maintaining neutral spine or slightly imprinting your spine. It's a very active and energized tabletop, so point out through those toes. Exhale, straighten the arms. Inhale to bend. Nice. Arms come up and drop the feet down. Good. Take a little moment, regroup. Once you're ready, arms are going back up, find tension, tabletop those legs, and then exhale to push those arms down. Single leg changes here. So you're just gonna switch the legs, extend one leg up to 45, pull that other one into tabletop. Beautiful. Abs are in, strong with the arms. You got it. And then hold, tabletop. Bring those arms back up again. Exhale. Press those arms down. Let's go ahead and extend both legs out and pull in. So remember, we did this in our warm-up here. So really take note about where it felt good for you to direct those legs. Nice. Beautiful job. Reach and pull in. Reach and pull in. Just feel that deep core work here. And arms come up. On the next breath, exhale, push down. We're going to drop both legs down as if they were a unit. So you're hinging from your hips, you're lowering those heels down and create this heaviness. So it's like this huge heaviness to pull those legs back up in towards the chest here. Beautiful. Even if you're just going a few inches, you're going to feel the work here. Excellent. Nice and slow, taking your time. Remember, this is all about avoiding flexion. So how do we get deep into the core? By doing without having flexion. Let's do one more here. Scissor those legs, straight legs up towards the ceiling, and alternate nice and long here. Go as low as your body can handle, or maybe your range of motion is short today. When you're ready, tabletop the legs. Let's relax and hang up those straps. All right, guys, let's come back up. We're gonna go ahead and take off that blue spring and just keep, and I apologize, we're actually going to add a red spring. So you should have 2.5 springs. So more of that medium to heavy weight to assist you in our bridging position. So heels are on top of the foot bar, arms are down beside you, making sure you're Headrest is down flat. You're going to bridge those hips up. So as you push your heels into the foot bar, think of your hips lifting up as a unit. So there's not articulation with this. It's just a lift, a squeeze with the glutes, and then lowering down. About 6 repetitions here. At the top, little pulses. So think of shifting those hips up a little higher as you keep them elevated. Squeeze those glutes to really tighten up through the hips and really get them strong. Lower down when you're ready. Beautiful. So now a single leg variation. So take that right leg to tabletop, bridge up on that left side and lower. So remember, the bridge is just a lift up. When we pelvic curl, that's more the articulation. So we're going to avoid that today. So I really want to focus on strengthening those hips and create stability. Beautiful. About 6 repetitions here. At the top, pulse it up for about 10 pulses. Really squeeze those hips and glutes. And on your last one, you're going to lower it down. Good. Right heel is on. Left leg to tabletop. Exhale to lift. Inhale to lower. Exhale to lift. Inhale to lower. Beautiful job here, guys. Really focus on connecting those ribs. Pull those abs in. You got it. And breathe. Good. On that last one here, adding those little pulses at the very top. Anywhere from 5 to 10 repetitions is perfect, just to feel that extra burn, and lower it down. Good. So maybe pull those knees in towards your chest, maybe stretch out those legs to get a hamstring stretch. And then when you're ready, we're going to go ahead and return back in again. Good. So this time we are going to go just to the 1 red spring, just a 1 medium spring here for our arm series. We're going to grab our box and place it on short, horizontal. I'm going to stick with the handles. Feel free to work with your handles or your loops. Carefully grab a hold of the straps behind you, sitting up nice and tall, and cross your ankles if you feel like you have tight hips. It really does help to alleviate that. And then when you're ready, let's go ahead and pull those fingertips towards one another as if you were hugging a nice friendly koala bear. Beautiful. Try to stabilize your upper body and just let those arms do the work. Exhale to pull those fingertips in. Inhale to release. As they soften next to your elbows, we're going to deliver that tray. Reach out. Inhale to bend. So think about those wrists going in line with your shoulders. Reach out long. Inhale to bend. Feel the front of the shoulder working, that anterior deltoid. And then making small circles at the top, so hold those arms up steady, maybe little salad plate circles, 5 one way, 5 the other way. And return home. So from here, we're going to hinge from the hip. So we're not rounding forward, we're going to stay in that nice straight spine, and you're going to extend those arms up towards the ceiling. So just keep your neck in line with your spine, abs are drawn in. The work is coming from the back of the arms, so think of the triceps, and focus on the elbows reaching in opposite directions of the room here. Beautiful. Inhale to bend, exhale to press. Circle them around. Another deep breath to reach out all the way up, circle it around. If you have shoulder issues, modify for yourself. If you're good, let's go for that full reach to open the chest wide. You got it. Perfect. And return home. Let's hang that up. And then we're going to go ahead and flip around to look at the back of the reformer. Feet are organized on top of the headrest. Grab those handles once again. Sitting tall, right into our chest expansion. So we're a little wider since we're on the short box. We have to reach our arms a little wider. Again, this movement is coming from the back and the back of the shoulders Just think of your arms as long levers here. Good work. If this is all too heavy for you, feel free to go down to a half spring, which is a blue. Transitioning into our bicep curl. If you need more resistance, feel free to scoot back on your box. Keep those elbows in line with the shoulders as if they were resting on top of a table, and co-contract. Think bicep with tricep here. Yeah, so you can feel the engagement, the heat developing in your arms. Beautiful neutral wrist here. Good. And return down. Hinge once again, and we'll do our kickbacks, our tricep kickback here. So the elbows stay in space, elongate through the back of the body, straighten out the arms, soften at the elbows. Exhale, press. Inhale to bend. Exhale to press, and inhale to bend. Good. Beautiful work. Sitting up nice and tall. I'm going to go ahead and transfer into my loops for this next exercise. So if you're in your loops, just hang tight. You probably could do this with your handles. I just am a big fan of doing this with the loops. So once those are all on and organized, place your arms through so the loops are coming to your elbows. Palms are looking at your face. We're going to begin to open out those arms. So the elbows don't have to go past our body, because if we end up doing that, we are at risk of losing our neutral spine and our form here. But I want you to facilitate the movement from the back of your shoulder, looking straight ahead, about 10 repetitions. Good. Keep breathing. And release it. Okay, so let's hang those up. We're going to go ahead and step on off. And we're going to get into a little bit of balancing here. So again, focusing on balancing and strengthening through the hips. So I'm going to keep the same spring on and not make any adjustments. So right into our standing lunge for balance. Hands on the hips, float that knee that's on the reformer off the carriage. Look down at your left foot and make sure the knee is tracking nicely over your ankle. If it's not, you may need to bring your foot forward more. I like to organize it with the metal bolt or somewhere more in the front of the machine. Just going down straight, pushing through your left foot equally and going up like an elevator. Good. So anywhere from 4 to 8 repetitions there. And then we're going to go into scooter. So move your left foot back, line both knees up as if you were going to sit back into a chair, and pushing back with your right leg. Inhale back, exhale to pull in. So the emphasis is on the pull in. Yes, you're going to feel the moving leg, but I want you to feel that standing leg. Are you feeling the glute there? Okay. Let's go into downstretch. So both feet are supported by the shoulder blocks. One long line. It's like a kneeling plank. So be mindful about your positioning. I don't want you to be pushing your hips too forward, and don't think about really tucking your tailbone under too much here. But it should be enough to feel those abs, and because we're on this lighter spring, you should feel the abs here working. The further you push out, the more challenging this exercise will be. Good. All right. Let's take it to the other side, going right into our standing lunge for balance. Hands to hips. Exhale, push through that standing leg. Press into the heel. Press into the ball of the foot. Are all of your toes connected to the floor? Of course, if you need to hold on for balance, by all means, hold on to that foot bar. But if you're at a place where you can go slow and really challenge yourself in this balance position, definitely go for it. Move your right foot back so your knees are in line with each other to get into scooter. Hips are completely squared. Sit your weight back so you can feel that right butt cheek here heat up, pushing out with your left leg. Inhale to press back, exhale to pull forward. That huge emphasis is on that pull forward so that we can get deeper into those abs. Perfect. Okay, you guys are doing awesome. We're gonna go into a plank, so carefully go ahead and adjust your feet up to the shoulder blocks. Now I am still on that one spring. If this is too hard for you, I would recommend adding a half spring. And you're doing the same thing we did previously on your knees. So you're just pushing back for that exhale. You're inhaling to pull forward. Feel free to add in that down stretch where you're doing a kneeling plank if this is too hard for you. Beautiful. One long line. And then carefully return and come back down. Good. Okay, so headrest is going to go all the way up. And I'm going to take it to our side series here with the strap. So I do still have that one red spring on, which it could be a little heavier for some folks. So take it to a half spring or a blue spring, and then place that loop in the arch of your foot. Now we're not doing a ton of repetitions, so we're just going to do about 6 here. Line your ankle and knee with your hip, send the leg forward, exhale to pull straight back, keeping that leg slightly in front of your body. Good. Take note here, hips are stacked, shoulders are stacked. Your obliques, your right obliques are lifting off the mat to create that small mouse hole. Send the leg straight up and pull down. So really be in control of the strap. Don't let the strap control you as that leg lifts. So feel the work, feel the effort as you pull down. Bend it into external rotation so the knee is looking up, the toes are looking up. Inhale to bend, exhale to really push that energy out from your heel. Feel those glutes working. And reach. Last variation, come in for our fire hydrant. So the legs are in parallel, there's no movement of the carriage. You're lifting that top leg up and closing. Exhale, lift, inhale, lower. Exhale, lift, inhale, lower. Awesome. Carefully remove the strap, bring that carriage in, and you're going to go ahead and take it to the other side. Feel free to add in an additional stretch here if you need it. Otherwise, we're just going to move along, placing that foot back into the loop. And then again, reorganize yourself since we're on a new side. So hips are stacked, shoulders are stacked. Relax your neck. And then we're going to go ahead and extend the leg. So we're inhaling to lift the leg go forward. Exhale to pull the leg back. You got it. Perfect. Just really feel the entire back of the leg here working. Again, about 6 repetitions. Lift that leg straight up. Exhale to pull down. Perfect. And your range of motion can be definitely small, or if you are able and you want it to be larger, go ahead and choose that. Take it into our external rotation, our half frog here. So knee and toes look up at the ceiling. Really squeeze that glute as you stretch out long. Press. Inhale to bend. Exhale to press. And finish it off with our fire hydrant. So no movement of the carriage. That top leg floats up and down. Floats up and down. Perfect. Just feel that nice little burn. You guys are doing awesome. And then return and come back in. Okay, so from here, we're going to go ahead and sit ourselves up. We're attaching all the springs because we're going to go into side overs, which is lateral flexion here. And we'll put that box back on. It's short box, so it's still horizontal. If you're taller, go ahead and place the box over your shoulder blocks, and your headrest can go down flat. Find your strap, secure your left foot in the strap, and then have your right hand on top of the headrest. Left hand's going to go across the shoulder, across the chest here. So a few different modifications, so find the one that works best for you. This first one, we're keeping the hand completely connected to the headrest. If you feel good about this, go ahead and disconnect the hand away, adding just a little bit of a lift. Not lifting up all the way. And if you're feeling really good about that, take both hands to cross over your chest in about 10 repetitions here. Nice. And release. Good. All right, let's take it to that other side for a nice counter stretch. Perfect. And then we'll switch our feet, turn ourselves around. Hand goes back to the headrest, right hand over the chest here. Good. Looking straight ahead, keep that chest lifted. Again, it's a new side, so it might feel different for you, but practice with that modification, keeping your hand connected, and when you feel ready, you can disconnect the hand away from the headrest. Remember, less is more, so you don't need to have huge range of motion in side overs. If you'd like both hands across the chest, go ahead and do that. And careful not to look down or look at your feet. Keep your chest lifted so you don't round your spine. And come all the way back up. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and flip it to long ways. And we'll go into some back extension. So I'm going to reduce the spring down to just one blue or a half spring, which is a little bit less than medium weight. So it's not super, super light, but it's on the lighter side. On your stomach, facing the back of the reformer, legs are separated, begin to place your hands on the frame, thumbs are on top of the frame, and you're going to go ahead and pull your body forward as you bend your elbows. So nice and slow, you're just pulling forward. So you should feel this work in your back, which is why we need a lighter spring here. Energize those legs, so don't let the feet relax. Once you've done about 5 or 6, let's add extension. So straight arms, lift your chest up, squeeze your butt here. It helps to protect the low back. And with the legs separated, it also helps to protect the low back as we decompress the spine. Beautiful. Shoulders are down, chest is wide open. Lift and lower. And release. All right. Nice work, guys. Let's just finish it with a couple stretches here. So placing your left foot on top of that box for our deep hamstring stretch. Again, we don't want to round over, so really practice maintaining a flat back, lifting up out of the top of your head and hinging forward. Foot is flexed and you should feel your hamstring stretch. If you don't feel it enough, think about squaring out your hips. Let's try an inner thigh stretch. So go ahead and turn to the right. I'm adding in a little bit of a oblique stretch here as well. And then finish it off with that piriformis stretch or our pigeon. Same idea. If you want to get a deeper stretch, think of hinging forward, maintaining a flat back. And then go ahead and switching to the other side. So hips are squared. Look down at your left foot. Is that foot straight? Hinge forward. Think of reaching out from the top of your head to grow longer. Nice deep breath. Good. Turn to your left for your inner thigh stretch. Take a nice oblique stretch as your right hand reaches to your left hip. Left hand reaches over towards your leg. And take it into that Piriformis stretch here. Just keep breathing, letting that hip open up. Beautiful. So instead of roll down stay, we're just going to add a little extension. So sweep those arms up, lean back, lower those arms back down again. One more time. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed the workout. If you're not already a subscriber, please go ahead and subscribe, hit a thumbs up, leave a comment, and we'll see you next time.